Check the mic, we're going live. Stories told, they rise and dive. Topics fresh with every spin. You won't guess what's coming in. Every week a new surprise. Minds awake, never lies. Conversations bold and free. Tune in now, just wait and see. This podcast is uncalled for. Catch us here, there's so much more. Laughs and tales you can't ignore. A journey that will leave you floored. In the night or in the day, just press play, we're on our way. Voices sharp, opinions bright, talking through the day and night.
Hello everybody, welcome to the podcast. A very special episode for you today. One that, we just got to get off the schneid. Previously we did the Main Street extension for the KC Streetcar. An episode that I admit to screwing up to the point that I had to pull the original and put a new one out that was rejiggered and everything. That's not the case today, because I'm talking to you with my standard equipment in my studio, if you will. And today is about the second streetcar extension for the Kansas City Streetcar system, and that would be the Riverfront Extension. Not as big as the original extension, the Main Street Extension, which runs 3.5 miles from Union Station down to the UMKC campus. This one is much shorter, like 2/3 of a mile, but connects the River Market to the riverfront. So it's just the track coexisting with the track they already use to get streetcars in and out of the depot every day, and continues over a bridge that goes over a rail. Actually, so it's on the rail that we are famously a railhead for. It goes over that and stops right in the middle of Riverfront Park, in the middle of some new development that's been going on the past 10 years, past the former dog bar where the dog take you back home. And it's a single. It can fit 2 streetcars right now. I am aware that they have plans to put a second track in so they can handle more, so similar to how the UMKC stop is now. And what's really cool is even though it's just the one single track, it opens on both sides. So on one side you have the standard setup with the little shelter and everything in the marker, and they got 2 of those actually. And on the other side they have they call it the CPKC Pavilion. It's basically just a giant metal shelter with fancy lights on top. I think it's a really cool idea to put in, especially on warm, sunny days like it wound up being today. Then I'm recording this, and I'm recording this pretty much as soon as I'm getting home from the festivities. And I got to ride the entire line a couple times today. So, and met some YouTubers while I was there, and got to show them around. And I'll talk about that a little bit, but first let's get to the actual ceremony that happened today. So, hope you enjoy this.
Next stop, Riverfront.
I'm Tom Guerin, Executive Director of the Kansas City Streetcar Authority, and it is my honor to welcome you today to the grand opening of the KC Streetcar Riverfront Extension. To some, this may be a small project, but make no mistake, today is a big, big day. Today is the day where we reconnect the riverfront. Today we bring our city back to where it all started. To say these things are hard is an understatement. 10 years ago, a few folks got on board with the vision to reconnect our riverfront using the promise of connection and the belief that refacing our river could help drive an even bigger vision forward. Joe Perry, Michael Collins, our ATA friends, many in the room, many that you'll hear from up on stage today, rallied behind a small little $150,000 feasibility study to think about how we might leverage the opportunity of streetcar extension to the riverfront to move our city forward. That small investment led to a $13 million federal grant. You'll hear from our federal stakeholders here in just a moment. And then, of course, we had COVID, and we had an industry-wide supply chain challenge. We had cost challenges, we had funding challenges, but our partners stepped up. Year after year, our partners stepped up, and it was a never say die attitude. And, well, I'm happy to report, you know how this ends. At the conclusion of 10 years of believing, we are here today to open a $62 million riverfront streetcar extension and a $5 million CPKC pavilion. Clap for that. Thank you to CPKC. As with all endeavors, in big endeavors, it takes a village, a team of believers, and literally hundreds of doers. I want to first recognize our core project partners, Kansas City Streetcar Authority Board of Directors, the KCATA, the City of Kansas City, and of course Port KC. Together, they launched this effort 10 years ago, and each agency brought forth a unique skill set, things that they were great at, things that they allowed to provide us this opportunity to bring this project to life. No one entity can do this by themselves. It took all of us. You'll hear from Kerry Butler and Congressman Emanuel Cleaver in a moment, but I also want to recognize and thank our federal delegation, our FTA Region 7, and our partners at the Mid-America Regional Council. Over $30 million in federal funding from a multitude of programs came together to make this support and this project and this vision a possibility. Without that federal support, this project does not happen. And of course, I want to thank and recognize the doers, our project management team and our executive management team from the agencies who are doing the hard work each and every day to deliver this. To our construction team, if you were involved with the construction, the planning, design, you know who you are, RBE, RS Electric, Burns and Max, Sainer, HDR, HDB. Raise your hands, please. Give a clap to the doers. And of course, I want to thank our streetcar team, our operators, our maintainers, our KCSA staff. Thank you. For without years of building public confidence in the value of what we do and the impact we have in leading our city to a better future, this opening is not possible. And last but not least, of course, I want to thank all of you who are here, who've been joining us and supporting us over the course of the last 10 years as we work together on a vision for our riverfront and the power of public transit to reshape and regrow our communities. Today, together, we reconnect our riverfront for the next generation. So it is now my distinct honor to welcome the Streetcar Authority Board of Chairman of the Board of the Streetcar Authority, Michael Collins.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Okay. We're not the downtown part of the streetcar. We're not the Plaza streetcar. This is Berkeley Riverfront. I want to hear a little bit better good morning than that. This is not a place to be quiet. No. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to speak to you all. I want to acknowledge our board. So if those of you are current board members and past board members, I've seen a couple of you. If you're standing up board members, please raise your hand, or current board members, please stand up. I want to give you a round of applause. So one thing is important here is we're talking about reconnecting Berkeley Riverfront, or the riverfront, to the city. Couple things. Whoever would have thought that we would have a streetcar starting here right in front of the riverfront and navigating all the way to UMKC and the Country Club Plaza? Who would have thought that? So, one thing I want to make sure that we all understand is, at one point, we have all talked about what Berkeley Riverfront wasn't or has not been in the past, or what or not even talking about the streetcar and what was going through. I think we should stop talking about that and start talking about what Berkeley Riverfront is, what the streetcar means. We are connecting the city in a way that we have not done in decades. And what we are doing now is just the beginning. But I want you all to understand something, and I'll be brief. This is not something that one person or one group did. There are scores of people to thank along the years, along the decades. Congressman Cleaver giving us, starting as mayor and helping bring the Berkeley Riverfront, giving us Berkeley Riverfront Plaza. There are so many people. The city council helping us throughout. Mayor Lucas giving us the drive and the push to keep moving forward on Berkeley Riverfront and the streetcar. We could name scores and scores of people. I will say this was not done by one group alone. This was done with a lot of people, a lot of your support out here, and if you weren't named, we apologize, but more importantly, you played a critical role in making sure this happened. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Next up, I would like to introduce John Stevens, President and CEO of Port KC. Without Port's perseverance, without their dedication, their financial support, and believing in a bigger vision that extends beyond streetcar, none of this would be possible. John. Well, good morning, everyone. What a gorgeous day at Berkeley Riverfront. Man, I can't tell you. So, like Michael said, it took an incredible group. First, I want to highlight something that I don't think we talk enough about, and that's vision. And the fact that it wasn't that long ago, you look out here now, everybody, I get stopped, people are like, oh, of course, this is logical. Like, why? Why didn't we do this years ago? This is easy. We should be doing this. Why? Like, look at all this development. It's all happening. No. It took a team dedicated for many, many years. Many of the people right behind me for many years. The folks out here, and I want to highlight a group that doesn't get the credit they ever deserve, and that's the Port KC staff, former and current. Would you please wave, please, everyone? That team lives and breathes this park and has lived and breathed this riverfront for decades. And they believe in it, and they believed in it, honestly, back when not many people believed in it. But like I said, a lot of people did believe in it. And we got here today through hard work, perseverance, teamwork. And one of the biggest things I want to leave you with in these remarks is, when we get to the point of creating something like this, and the funding and all the political, all of it comes together. We're like, all right, we're going to build this. And we get to the point where we say, Kansas City deserves this. We need to dream bigger. We need to say, okay, Kansas City deserves this, but they deserve more. They deserve bigger. They deserve better. They deserve more artistic. They deserve creators in our community. They deserve what is next in our city to inspire people for what's next. Because guess what? We are just getting started down here. And we're just getting started in our city. And hopefully the millions of people that are going to be on this riverfront and everything that's happening with all of our incredible partners, from CPKC, Stadium, to all the developers, everybody down here. We're just getting started here. We want this to be the inspiration for every corner of our community, every connected neighborhood, every piece of it, to start here, connect here, and see what everything that we do here can be bigger, better, and more valuable for the future. And I'll end with one that Congressman Cleaver, who honestly, this entire riverfront would not be here without Congressman Cleaver. torch, he handed it on to person after person after person. And every one of us that has carried that torch has believed. And, you know, I'll use a phrase he said, I think he said it, maybe I made it up, I don't know, but it's a good one, so he can take credit for it, is, you know, this riverfront is a 35-year overnight success to the people that come down here right now. And you know what, that's okay. We want everybody who comes, who's down here for the first time today, and everybody who comes next, to think, this is great, now let's just go. So, let's go. Thank you. Next up, I would like to introduce Bridget Williams, Chairwoman of the KCA Board of Commissioners. 10 years ago, we made a call to the ATA and we said, TA, we need you to be a grantee on a federal grant and part of the feasibility study. And they said, we are happy to do it. And ever since then, they've been leading the way with management of the project and a host of other things. Thank you to the ATA.
What a proud day today is. To see the region come together in such a way is really a testament to where KC is going. I would be remiss if I did not thank Congressman Cleaver with his new fresh haircut. Don't he look good? I can't go a moment without harassing him. But today is a great day for Kansas City. The KCATA was proud to be the project manager of this project and the federal grant recipient. You know, this is not just about infrastructure and development. This is about connecting communities, getting people to jobs, economic development. It's all of those things for our visitors, our hundreds and thousands of visitors that are coming here for FIFA, that are going to be here in the future. I want to give a shout out to all those contractors and their employees who made this work. Woo. I also would ask KCATA staff to raise their hand. It took everyone to make this happen. And I just want to say, I'm proud of Kansas City, and I'm glad to be a part of a project that will live beyond any of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. Next up, I would like to introduce Mario Vasquez, our great city manager. Mario?
Good morning, everyone. I was told I have 30 minutes. I'm going to use all of it. So first of all, I want to welcome you all to the Riverfront and thank you for being here. I always start by saying this. Anytime we see infrastructure, you're speaking my language. I love everything that we do and everything that we have done in Kansas City and continue to do. As I was walking in, somebody mentioned to me, isn't today a great day in Kansas City? And when I said to them, well, today's Monday. And not being flip, I'm just saying because we are doing so many great things in Kansas City that today is just another day for us to be great. So I want to congratulate everybody that's been involved in this project. I know it's been a partnership. Everybody said it, and we'll say it again. It's the city, the ATA, the Port Authority, Kansas City Transit Authority. All of them have been working together, tirelessly to get this accomplished. But I also want to echo what John Stevens said to you, which is to say, these things take time, but also we have to continue to make the connections that we're making today. Economic development doesn't just happen in some parts of the city. They have to happen everywhere. And so today we take a moment to celebrate, and tomorrow we get back to it and get to work and make the next day a better day. So thank you all for being here, and see you soon.
I'm sorry, Carrie, I think I jumped you on the agenda. But this works well because we get to transition to the role of our federal government and our FTA Region 7 staff, and followed by Congressman Cleaver after that. And I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I want to say thank you as a project management team, President Executive Team, to FTA Region 7. I'm looking at Cindy Moses in the front row, who've been working with us for over 10 years on the starter line, on the Main Street extension, on this project, to leverage federal opportunity. In all cases, all three of our projects, we brought in well over $250 million in federal funding to bring jobs, to bring growth to Kansas City. But for that federal investment and the partnership from Region 7 right here in Kansas City, this system doesn't exist. We have $1 billion system now on the backs of significant federal investment because we did the hard work and because we have great partners at Region 7. And Carrie Butler is the regional administrator for Region 7, and she's been great, and I'm excited to introduce you, Carrie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation to join on this major milestone. It's an honor to stand here today as we mark the progress of a project that will redefine the riverfront of Kansas City and transform the connections that everyone in the Kansas City region can make. FTA was proud to provide nearly $36 million in federal funds for this extension, an investment made possible with the strong support during President Trump's first term with the recently opened Main Street extension. Now we all can truly get from the river to the roofs. This project represents investment in our own communities, building infrastructure in our own backyards and riverfronts, ensuring Americans and their families have access to world-class transit right here at home. Today is about one word: connection. The Riverfront Extension is more than just a streetcar line. It's a demonstration of the power of partnership and what investment can mean for our economy. By providing a new connection to the Berkeley Riverfront, residents on the riverfront can get to downtown and point south on one ride. And we all have a one-stop ride to reconnect with the river and all that is happening on the riverfront. These rails are more than just tracks. They represent a path of opportunity for workers, a reliable route for students along the full length of Main Street line, and of course, for soccer fans to enjoy a world-class purpose-built women's soccer stadium. By connecting downtown, the riverfront, Crossroads, Midtown, the Plaza, we are ensuring that Kansas City remains a premier place to live, work, and thrive. I want to thank the project partners who I know have worked diligently so hard on all the things that FTA asked them to do. The City of Kansas City, Missouri, the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority, the Kansas City Streetcar Authority, and the Port Authority for being great partners and for leading this project to a successful completion and early opening. I also want to extend our deepest congratulations to the community groups, neighborhood leaders, and our local officials who provided the ideas and inspiration and kept the momentum going for this ambitious endeavor. I'd also like to extend a thank you to the Region 7 team, and especially to Cindy Moses, our regional engineer, who has been here and dedicated a lot of her time to this project, so thank you. Lastly, public transportation is one of the most visible touch points between citizens and their government. The experience families have on streetcars and buses sets the tone for how they see their government. And this is an extraordinary example of that touch point and how we provide service to our citizens. So congratulations. Thank you for your commitment to investing in our transit systems and investing in Kansas City workers, families, and the American future. Thank you so much.
You've heard a lot about our federal champion and Congressman Manuel Cleaver, so without further ado, Congressman.
Good morning. I'd like to remind people about how stupid some of us have been. Wayne Minor Public Housing Project was considered to be a major disaster. It was viewed as, at one point, a major move toward housing for poor people after Pruitt-Igoe in St. Louis. Dwight Eisenhower thought that Pruitt-Igoe and Wayne Minor in Kansas City was the way to go. he was a great president from my vantage point, but that was a bad decision. And so when we realized that, Wayne Minor was torn down, and in an attempt to save money about transporting all of the debris to a landfill way over in Kansas, it was buried right out of here. 5 stories, housing projects buried right here. Now the mayor didn't know that. Well, let me first of all say it wasn't either of us. Let's get that out here right now. It was not either of us. But the good news is that when Hilton came to town and said they wanted to have a riverboat, it gave us the impetus to try to start doing things. And make a long story short, we were able to get some of this out of the way. I want to also just thank them before I sit down. My partner for years and years and years, Kit Bonds. We had to have a road that came down here. And Kit was never, ever, ever embarrassed about bringing money to the state of Missouri and money to Kansas City. But let me just tell you, I grew up poor, very, very, very poor, and I tell people because they can't visualize it. We had a dog named Chico, and Chico ran away and went to the dog pound, turned himself in, and so that he could get some good meals. But my dad and some of the neighbors, we didn't have much, but people took the newspaper, and so once Chico was gone, my dad is sitting in the house, and he hears a dog barking. He goes out, and there's a dog sitting in front of the door with a newspaper. And so my dad goes to the refrigerator and gets a hot dog, throws it out, the dog drops the newspaper, and wags his tail and goes on. And the next morning, my dad hears a dog barking. He goes out, and there are 2 dogs out there with 2 newspapers. And by the time we got up to about 10 dogs gathering in our front yard every morning with newspapers, my dad realized that he had come up with something big. And I think that whether we know it or not, that's what's happening in Kansas City. People have come and they've seen what we're doing. Look at all of the things that's going on in Kansas City. We're having, in the baseball terminology, a big inning right here in Kansas City. And everybody around the country wants to come in and bring something to Kansas City, like those doggies brought newspapers. Kansas City is a major city that's on the move, and I think we're moving as much as any city in the nation. Everybody wants to come to Kansas City. Anybody who doesn't want to come to the city needs to go somewhere and sit down and shut up. All right, Mayor. Mayor, you can follow that one. Next up, our Honorable Mayor Quentin Lucas, everybody.
Well, amen, everybody. Let's give another round of applause to Congressman Cleaver, ladies and gentlemen. So good morning and welcome to another momentous day in Kansas City. It has been an exceptional time. It's been an exceptional spring. If you have been paying attention, we have had monumental announcements at 18th and Vine. Monumental announcements about how we can traverse our city better in Midtown, a Grand Avenue pedestrian bridge. We have talked a little bit about a baseball stadium that won't be far from this line. And we have more to come. This is a transformative but a continuing moment for Kansas City. And the world and the country are paying attention. You know, Mayor Cleaver, or Congressman Cleaver, today we have another mayor with us. The former mayor of Cincinnati, Mark Mallory. Stand up, you get a shout out wherever you are. And I said, Mr. Mayor, are you looking to run in Kansas City? He said no, but hey, all good, it's open. But he said he wanted to make sure that his community, so many others, you get a chance to see, Tom Guerin, how we're doing it right here in Kansas City. And the way that we have done it right, give Tom a round of applause, too. In fact, let's make some real noise because Tom knows something better than almost anyone else, which is that it takes collaboration. So you have heard shout outs to many different groups. This does not work today without everyone working together, everyone persevering. Carrie Butler noted, and she's a federal employee, so I'll be good and note it the right way, which is that from administration to administration, our projects related to the streetcar have continued, have been successful, and have been a point of pride, not just for Kansas City, not just for the state of Missouri, but for the United States government. And I thank you, Carrie, for your collaboration. I thank Congressman Cleaver. I thank so many visionaries we've had along the way. And I know, Michael Collins, you told me not to do a retrospective, and we're going to look at the future. But I got to start a little bit in the past. I'll be quick. Because my mom brought me down here to a river fest probably in the 1990s. So if you came down, and we were trying to start to come back, but you would come and it'd be about 105 degrees. You know, you'd just be standing in the sun, kind of looking. You may hear something. And for somebody who's from this city, as you noted, Congressman, to look around today, to look at the commerce we have around you, to look at the culture we have around you. This project doesn't happen without visionaries. It doesn't happen without people who said Kansas City not only can do better at one time, but it will continue to do so each and every day. I also want to make sure that I thank the often imitated, never duplicated, always underappreciated employees of Kansas City, Missouri government. Y'all take a lot of flack. I want to give y'all a round of applause. So finally, there's this. The streetcar, and we're not going to put too much pressure on Tom and the team. We're just opening something today. But the streetcar has been in many ways about bridging gaps, and its next phase, in my opinion, is bridging divides. With the starter line 10 years ago that we started on, Tom, we were able to make it easier to get between downtown, the crossroads, the river market. We've been able to connect the Country Club Plaza, UMKC, our beautiful riverfront. Our next phase is how we bridge those divides that have broken up our community for too long. Across Troost Avenue, across the state line. We have more work to do, and we look forward to doing that work ahead. So Kansas City, today is the day that we celebrate us again. We celebrate our vision, we celebrate our hard work, but we know another thing. We can't stop, we won't stop, and we have more work to do ahead. Congratulations, Kansas City. Let's go flip the switch. Thank you all so very much. God bless.
All right, yeah, that's some good stuff. Somewhat silly question before I continue with my musings here. Should we include Tom Garand in the Three Timers Club at this point? Because it feels like he's appeared in 3 podcasts. No, because we haven't formally interviewed him yet. So that only counts for people who have been formally interviewed and such, and have their name in a episode title. So yeah, we gotta try to get him on the podcast at some point. I'm not going to push it or anything, but and we do need to make one correction to the Federal Transit lady who said the starter line started under Donnie's first semester. No, it did not. The first this month is actually the 10-year anniversary of the streetcar opening. Last I checked, May 2016, Barack Obama was president of the United States. So yeah, nice try trying to take credit for Obama's work. Anyway, onto the actually getting on the streetcar. So I got on the second ever streetcar to leave the Riverfront stop. Like I said, two-sided stop, so you could get in on either side, and all that, and that's gonna be awesome, especially for women's soccer, which that stop is within walking distance of the women's soccer stadium. Now there had been plans to ultimately move that all the way to the casino, but unfortunately, because of all the development that's happening between that stop and the stadium, I don't think that extension is. I don't think further expansion on that extension is going to happen. So yeah, double-sided stop. One side, get off. It's the blue rectangular shelters that we've grown accustomed to over these past 10 years. And on the other side, it's that big pavilion that they built, which again is really cool. All right, it's really cool under there. It's just open space to just hang out and in the shade and all that. And they got the the displays there too. So yeah, I can hang out and stay cool. Especially on a hot day like today. So we got on. Joining me in the initial pack is my film friend John Trozzolo. John, I'd love to get you on the podcast at some point. And yeah, we took the line all the way down to UMKC, so we rode the whole line. And then I'll take this real quick. Yeah, I'm not going to respond back to this text, but that's from the Sierra Club, which is kind of interesting given the nature of this. You know, it's designed to help get cars off the street as much as possible and all that. But yeah, I took the streetcar all the way down to UMKC, got out, went to Crow's Coffee, got a coffee real quick, and hopped back on, and happened to be sitting next to the former mayor of Cincinnati, a man named Mark Mallory. Very nice guy. He was talking about how Cincinnati came up with their streetcar about the same time, and said that we had piggybacked off them. In fact, they used the same rolling stock out of CAF, the Spanish company that designs all that stuff. And he brought up two things that he feels that they could have done in retrospect. One was not charge fare, and I thought that was important to point out because oh yeah, KC Streetcar has, in 10 years, they have never charged a fare. All the money they raise is through a special taxing district along the line. All right, so they have never had to charge a fare, and he recognized that. Yeah, that's one way we messed up with Cincinnati. Another thing that he mentioned was Cincinnati. They had not extended or expanded their system at all since they started that, and thinking that, yeah, we probably should have considered expansions. And here we are, expansion number 2 of the KC Streetcar system. So, 2 down and at least 3 more in some form of planning. I have a feeling they're talking about more because I remember talking with Tom Garand at an open house for this very extension that just opened, that he was in fact interested in doing a Johnson County extension and all that, and I would love to see that. So let's get the planning started. In fact, they were talking about getting some form of transit out to Gardner. How about that? Yeah, that's way further out. So that's southwestern Johnson County. We're getting into the heavier rail type stuff that I feel we would need for the airport. And I told people, I told my new YouTube friends, they need heavier rail for the airport. So yeah, it was really cool. So our updated line, and I'll go south to north and then back south again, because remember we have the loop there still in the river market. We got UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City, just so that we are clear on that. All right, my alma mater. We got the Plaza. We got art museums. We got Southmoreland, Westport, Armour, Union Hill, World War I Museum and Memorial, asterisk, this will be one of the 2 stadium spots when the Royals ballpark finally opens in a few years. Union Station, of course, is the other one, and that's where Main Street meets the starter line. And we continue with the starter line: Crossroads, Kaufman Center, Power and Light, Metro Center, Library, North Loop. Then we do the River Market loops, and now it goes City Market, then River Market. All right. So rest in peace, River Market North is now all River Markets with 2 separate platforms. The idea is it'll hit the new northbound platform first, go up to the Riverfront, so Riverfront, then back and use the old River Market North platform as the southbound River Market, and then continue to rest in peace River Market West. It's been renamed Delaware. This is a change I was not made aware of until I saw the Streetcar's own social media make reference to that. I thought, might as well check that out. And yeah, it's been renamed Delaware after Delaware Streets, which is actually that portion of the whole Delaware to Main Street to Brookside Boulevard corridor on which this system runs. And really excited about this and the view from the riverfront overlooking the Missouri River. Probably one of the best views in the entire city, if you ask me. And having spent some time in that riverfront park myself, I really enjoyed the views there, and I'm glad others get to partake as well. So, and it was really cool meeting Mayor Mallory and all that. Not Mayor Jabroni, that's the current guy. Paraval is his name. And we're looking forward to, we got 3 more on deck. You've heard the east-west talk, so that's the 39th Street from the main line out to KU Med, and then Linwood Boulevard all the way out to the VA Hospital, and then Van Brunt at the end. You heard about 18th and Vine, that's the newest study. Just goes out to 18th and Vine, or technically 18th and Paseo is where it would go. And then there are 2 plans. I would suspect it would be the back and forth down 18th Street. I don't think they're going to the loop around, include 19th Street at all. But we'll see what they come up with. And of course, North Rail over the extends that River Market loop out to Columbus Park. I would stop in Columbus Park before it crosses the Missouri River along the Heart of America Bridge, which, by the way, this new extension runs under. Over the Heart of America Bridge, over the Missouri River into North Kansas City, and run I think the current plan is Swift Street, Taylor's version. That's never going to get old. And that is what they have going on so far. I would strongly recommend, Tom, if you're listening to this, I would strongly recommend your next few studies include an airport connection of some form. Of course, it's going to have to be heavier rail. But I think if there's any agency within Kansas City that can get this done, it is the Streetcar Authority. I think the Troost Max Bus and the Prospect Max Bus, those are potential streetcar lines, in my opinion. So something to look into as well. That green corridor, bridging Legends and Independence Square. Let's get some fucking rail on that thing too, even if it means closing down the north part of the loop and converting that or maybe they could be commuter rail. I don't know, but I think that was stupid on the part of Mark, MARC, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Council, to not include rail at all. Bonehead move, especially for some of this purported to be a green corridor. Let's get some rail on that. Let's get some rail out to, let's find a way to use that Rock Island trail from the stadiums out to Lee Summit. Let's find a way to do that as some form of rail. Let's find a way to get rail up to Liberty as well, and the other two that need to be talked about. Johnson County. Let's get a line. Let's get the feeder line down Warwick Parkway and John Mission Parkway into Mission Transit, and there get to 2 lines: Metcalf, Quivira line would service Johnson County Community College, and do the Brookside Waldo line, and then we can go from there. Get out to Blue Springs, get out to Grandview, get out to Liberty or Parkville, or wherever. Sky's the limits, but resources are finite, and we need a more transit-friendly president, because this current jackass, he ain't transit-friendly at all. Insisting that we not do green technology because the noise from the windmills causes cancer, or and insisting that we continue to buy gas, and stupidly starting a war with Iran that produces a lot of the stuff. So yeah, we need a transit-friendly president in 28, and because this is only possible because we had transit-friendly presidents, namely Obama and Biden. All right, but credit to the Streetcar Authority for being so visionary and getting this stuff done, because it again, riding the whole line, that was fun. And they had a lot of other stuff going on at the Riverfront today. They had a free concert going on, and they had food trucks, tacos and all that. So highly recommend if you're in Kansas City. Right, we now have the whole streetcar from the Riverfront to Young KC. And that's going to do it for this special episode of the podcast. I hope y'all will take advantage of our hospitality here, and we will talk to you again very, very soon. And before I sign out, this podcast is Uncalled For. It is hosted, produced, and edited by myself, Mike Chernovsky. Our opening music is this podcast is Uncalled For theme. It was created at suno.com, suno.com. And also created at suno.com is today's outro music, which was an ode to the KC Streetcar. Talk soon.
From the river to the campus lights, rolling steady through the Friday nights. Hear the bell ring, hear the people say, Kansas City's moving our way. Started up at Riverfront, morning sun in the skyline hung, past River Market, coffee steam, vendors calling through the waking dream. Slide on down to City Market, every corner leaves its market. Delaware, the wheels all sing, stealing stories, everything. North Loop humming overhead, downtown heartbeat painted red at Metro Center. Crowds colliding act like a promised land, then power and light comes alive. Music keeping the streets in drive. Past the art of the crossroads scene, Myrtle's bright and the alleys dream. At Kaufman's Sitter, voices soar, opera echoes from the marble floor. Then Union Station, proud and grand, history held in brick in hand. And World War our museum and memorial, standing tall above it all. Oh, ride the line tonight. Every window framed in city light. From the market streets to the college glory, Kansas City tells its story. Climb the hill to Union Hill, late night laughter, city still, then armor rolling smooth and slow, southbound where the warm winds blow. Stop in Westport, hear guitars, open patios under stars. Past the green at Southmoreland, art and music hand in hand. At art museums, colors shine, brushstroke moments frozen in time. Then the plaza fountains flow, golden reflections down below. Last stop calling, don't be late. KC at the campus gate, but the line keeps living every day. Kansas City finds a way. Oh, ride the line tonight. Tracks beneath and dreams inside. Every stop tells part of the story. Kansas City rolling in glory. From Riverfront to UMKC, this town moves through you and me.
Please support the podcast and purchase our exclusive Uncalled For merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and so much more. Go to www.cafepress.com/uncalledforpod. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.